Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite spring palettes. Yes, that time of year has finally arrived, and this is also a collab video with Miss Rachel from Shimmers and Silver. She is also going to be talking about her favorite spring palettes. But before we get into everything, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bri and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot of indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. All right, welcome my spring babes. Are you happy that spring is coming and that things are gonna start warming up? Now, I know a lot of you are still dealing with very cold weather. There's still snow up north and people are having the winter blues still, but just know warmer weather will be here very soon. Now here in Texas, we've been having really nice spring weather. Now today it's a little chilly, but overall we've been having really beautiful spring kind of days, which have made me so excited, and you know, just getting in the mood for spring and Easter and like pastels, flowers blooming, you know, all that good stuff. Now, like I said, this is a collab with Rachel from Shimmers and Silver. She is so sweet and she is so passionate about eyeshadow palettes like me, and we've definitely bonded over eyeshadow palettes, and I just love talking to her. She's just so kind, so genuine, and her channel is amazing. Definitely check out her content. She does a lot of stuff on eyeshadow palettes. Like her whole channel is dedicated to eyeshadows, and she uses newer makeup as well as older palettes, and a lot of channels don't do that. So if you want to get inspiration on a palette that's not necessarily new, you can probably find it from her. And she does these weeks of one eyeshadow palette where she does multiple looks, so you can definitely get a lot of look inspiration from her. And she just seems like the nicest person. She's a stay-at-home mom, she has kids, she just had a baby, and she's still producing amazing content after just having a baby. Like, she's amazing. So definitely check out her channel and check out her video on her favorite spring palettes. I will make sure to link her channel as well as the video that she is doing, so you can check her out and give her some love. Anyways, let's get into the palettes. I have 10 here to go over. Rachel will also show 10, but the first one is the Cosmic Brushes Serenity palette. I love this. This is the palette that broke the internet last year. It's a very affordable palette as well. It's like $22, but it's super high quality. Big mirror, and here are the shades. Don't you get springy vibes from this? There's some pastels, some muted tones, but it's very pretty. I feel like it gives a little bit of ethereal vibes, but you do have a lot of depth here. So if you're someone who always likes to be smoky and bold no matter what time of year it is, you can get that from here. But if you want something softer, you can get that from some of the tones in here, and the quality is excellent. These lighter mattes are very pigmented. They pack a punch. You can use like this one as an inner corner highlight. The metallics here are really creamy, and then you have this beautiful green iridescent shifty shade that makes a beautiful inner corner highlight. So I think this is a good balance. It's not overly light, it's not overly dramatic, and the tones just make me think of springtime. Then the next palette is from Beaute Bar. This is the Celestial Garden palette. This was a collab with M. Jones. I'll show you up close. Look at how pretty that is. It's like the moon phases and there's flowers on it. It's so gorgeous, but look at this color story. Is this not spring in a palette? It has a little bit of neon-y shades, a little bit of pastels, but like the tones overall remind me of different flowers, and they are named after different flowers. Like we have jasmine, lotus, rain lily. Like, they're just such gorgeous tones. And this one also includes cake liners, and the cake liner formula is really good. So I like that. It makes it more unique than other eyeshadow palettes that they have that in there. You can do a little bit of detail work, and cake liners are really in right now, like the graphic liner looks. Like I have that going on with my little archway here. So this is a really pretty one. You also have this gorgeous iridescent one to put a gorgeous inner corner highlight, but I do feel like this is spring. I mean, it's inspired after flowers, and flowers are a big thing in the springtime. And then the next palette is this one from Ensley Cosmetics. This is the Midwinter Dream palette. This was a collab with Brittany Huffman, and I know it says winter, but inside, this is also spring. I mean, you can get winter from this too, but there's a lot of lighter tones in here, and you have these lighter metallics that are so pretty and soft. Then you have these beautiful colors here, and you do have a lot of depth if you want to get smoky. So it's not a one-trick pony. You won't only get light looks. You can also go more on the dramatic side, which is what I love. I like options, and I know most of you do too. But when I look at this half, like if I cover it, is that not a spring palette to you? I don't know how many times I'm gonna say spring, but it's gonna be a lot, okay? That's the theme of this video. But this is also a really gorgeous, high quality palette, nice mattes, beautiful shifty shimmers in here. These like lighter shades are gorgeous in the inner corner. You have just a lot of foil sparkliness. They're very good. I've been really loving Ensley Cosmetics. They have really, really good products. Now going on to Nomad Cosmetics, I have the Fête de Provence palette. I'm trying to pronounce it really nicely. I don't know if I got the French thing right. I probably did not. But look at this palette. Doesn't this make you think of brunch in like the springtime, like Easter brunch? So pretty, and there's wine. I mean, that's a must-have at brunch. And here's the color story. Look at these tones. It's so pretty. Oh, I just love looking at this. There's a pink row, there's some orangey tones, the yellow, some purple, lavender, and then some blues. I love that they did these monochromatic rows, but this really makes me think of like fields with lavender and like flowers and sunflowers, and that's what I imagine for this, like, you know, season that we're about to go into. I think everything is really pretty. I think the quality is nice, and Nomad is definitely a user-friendly brand. Like, their mattes are easy to work with, easy to blend. They're not super pigmented, so you don't have to worry about it being like so dark on your eyes, and you can build them up to get it to the pigment that you want. And I do like that they included one deeper matte to add some depth, and I think the metallics are really pretty. Overall, it's on the softer side, and I just really like the tones in this one. And when I tried it out and did my whole review, I knew that this was going to be like a perfect springy kind of palette. Now going on to a little smaller one. So if you don't like a lot of options, you want to keep it limited so you're not like overwhelmed. This one from Menagerie Cosmetics, the Claws palette. It's themed after cats, and I love cats. I am a big cat mom. I have 2 cat babies in the house, so I knew I was gonna love this just based on the theme. But here are the shades inside. It's a perfect little mini spring palette. You got your tones you need. You got these beautiful pinky ones, a little pop of green, you have a little bit of orange, and then this like kind of brownie tone. Now overall, this is on the lighter side, so if you're not needing depth, this is a good option. If you like mid-tones to lighter, this is gonna make you have very soft looks, which I think is very appropriate for this time of year. Now, I mean, you can wear whatever you want any time of year, but I think you'll capture that spring essence with these tones. And overall, I thought the quality was really pretty. The metallics are very foiled, and Menagerie does also have a very nice matte formula, and it's just super cute and adorable with the cat on it. Now going on to a favorite brand of mine, Odin's Eye. This is the Solomona 2 palette. I have a few Odin's Eye palettes for this video, but this one has my heart. It's one of my most favorite palettes from Odin's Eye, and I love the options in here. You have some pastels, depth, mid-tones, warm tones, cool tones. You got the lavender, you got this beautiful light blue, and they're very pigmented. And I love Odin's Eye formula. They have amazing mattes that just pack a punch, but you can blend them. And then their metallics are gorgeous and creamy. Some are extra sparkly. You have all these beautiful formulas to work with, and this is so versatile. You can do a lot of looks, and I feel like you could use this all year round. Winter, fall, spring, like it just has all the perfect tones for any time of the year. But I thought this would be a really nice spring option, and I think it's beautiful. And look at that packaging. Like, that's A1 packaging right there. Now going on to another Odin's Eye palette, which is fairly new to my collection, but the quality is consistent to the usual Odin's Eye formula, so I'm very happy with it so far. This is the Flora Story palette. This is a collab with Makeup Just for Fun, and this one is definitely more of a muted green palette, so this is for my green lovers who likes more like muted tones. But look at that packaging. She looks like a goddess in an enchanted forest, and it gives me like spring fairy vibes. And here's the shades. So if you just want more greens and muted tones, this is a really good option. There's not necessarily pastels or like like light pinky orange like tones like that. This is all in that sagey family. This would also be really good, I think, for the fall time. But if you're wanting to be more of a botanical babe, you want to, you know, pull the greens more than the flowers, then this is a really good option. Quality is excellent. The metallics are beautiful. And then you do have this orchid shade that gives a good amount of depth, as well as this sage shade. It was surprisingly deeper, like swatched out and on the eyes than it is in the pan, but very gorgeous. Perfect for my green lovers. Now going on to another Udin's Eye palette that is very new to me. This is the Planet Spirit palette. This is a collab with Miss Batty Bean, and this one is so fun and vibrant and bright. This will also work really well in the summertime, but I like how it's kind of monochromatic. You have like a little green row, orange, like these pinky purples, and then these orange tones, and this one's the only one that's kind of split up with like more of a gold and then like a deeper reddish pink. But this is so fun. This makes me excited to look at and gets my like creative juices going when I stare at the tones, and I just love how bright it is. It's definitely one of those color stories that make me happy just looking at it, and I can imagine just like flowers in a garden and like the warm sunshine on my skin. Like, I don't know if you guys like imagine a whole scenario when you look at an eyeshadow palette, but I do. Like, I can see all the looks that I can do and what I can use it for, and it's definitely like appropriate for this season. Now going on to Unearthly Cosmetics, another loved brand for me. This is the Bunnies palette. We have the sexy little bunnies on the cover. They have the best artwork on their palettes, and this one is their more lighter pastel palette. Like, this is more of a like an Easter themed kind of palette, but look at those tones. So many pastels, so many fun floral garden colors in it. The quality is excellent as well. The mattes are pigmented. You have these beautiful lighter tones. You just have these beautiful shimmers. Now, the only thing with Unearthly is their shimmers are a little more firmly pressed. You have to work a little extra harder to get it to lift up, but it's totally worth the work because they're so pretty and so like creamy and foiled. And if you're just wanting some lighter tones, you want to have more of that pastel look, you can definitely achieve that with this palette. And it's gorgeous. This would also pair nicely with other palettes that are overall more dark and you need to break it up and bring in some lighter tones. This would definitely do the trick. Then the very last palette is the Sugar High palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. I mentioned this in my summer palettes last year, but I feel like this is also good for this season because of the tones in here. There are some pastels, some lighter tones, some lighter metallics, orangey, some reddy shades. You have a little pop of limey green, which I love. These kind of shades are perfect for the inner corner highlight. If you want to have like a electric green pop, you can definitely use that for that. And then these tones too that are lighter are nice and pigmented. Now overall, this is a mid-tone lighter palette. There's not a lot of depth in here. If you need depth, you'll have to reach into other palettes. But if you're looking for a more mid-tone, softer look for spring, then this is perfect for it. And the quality is really excellent. The metallics are really foiled and buttery. So this is also a really good option for this time of the year. Now I feel like I said options, season, spring like a million times, but I couldn't avoid saying that because of the theme of the video. But these are all really beautiful palettes, high quality. And honestly, you can wear these palettes any time of year. They're not just for spring. It's just these color stories capture the essence of spring. Like, these are the kind of tones that are coming out, like the florals, the decoration, Easter time, like everything is pastel and light, so these definitely fit that kind of color scheme. And you can also choose to wear whatever you want. You don't have to stick to these kind of palettes. If you want to do bold berry looks or bold grungy looks, go ahead and do it. Do whatever makes you happy. I was just focusing on spring color stories. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting to watch. I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. What are your favorite spring palettes, or do you wear anything any time of the year? I would love to hear from all of y'all. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have Rachel's video so you can check out her favorite spring palettes as well as her channel and her other content. I will also link all these palettes below if you want to check them out for yourself, and any videos videos that I've done on any of these palettes if you want to see looks, swatches, and get some more information. I will also have my makeup link, like what's on my face and my eyes. I actually did film this, and I believe that video will be up before this one, so I'll link it below. But I use the Unearthly Cosmetics Mood Palette, their graphic liner palette, as well as some singles from Ensley Rain Cosmetics, but that will all be linked below. And I will also have my contact and my social media platforms linked. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really, really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, supporting me, hanging out, loving on me. I really appreciate you guys all so much, and I do hope that you all have an amazing spring season, and I'm just sending you all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.